Hello, everybody. Welcome to Graded Point Live. We've got a show for you tonight. First, apparently, over the weekend, there's been some information that came to my attention. As you can see, according to this tweet, looks like the screenings have started from this weekend. Video from the Captain Marvel challenge have surfaced. This is the challenge. This is the thing where they started a GoFundMe to send underprivileged girls to go see Captain Marvel, and they are going by hook or by crook. So let's take a look at the video here. This is breathtaking. I mean, look at this. Just get them up there in that burning theater and throw them the fuck back in. You're not leaving, kids.
You're watching Captain Marvel, damn it.
Fucking like it. Get in there.
Oh God.
Now that's how you start a stream. Let's see.
It's okay, dog. You can lay down. Just lay down on the cat. He'll move.
Well, that has nothing to do with what we're talking about.
Well, I was feeling the air.
So, there was a rumor going around. We're going to start with this since we, kind of teased it. This is from March 2nd. Captain Marvel only movie scheduled at certain theaters during its premiere weekend. Marvel Studios upcoming Captain Marvel starring Brie Larson. Marvel Studios upcoming Captain Marvel starring Brie Larson. I was like, that kind of didn't make sense at first to me. Appears to be the only movie scheduled at certain theaters during its premiere week. Popular YouTuber channel Clownfish TV notes their sources indicate that no other movies being available for purchase at what looks like dozens of theaters is weird. Clownfish TV, we're not the only ones that noticed the report oddly, and it's showing a couple tweets where people are saying that. In fact, you can go to Fandango, select March 8th, and there are a number of theaters that only allow you to purchase tickets for Captain Marvel and don't have any showings available for any other movie. Rotten Tomatoes indicates that there are multiple films coming to theaters that weekend, including Ben Affleck, Oscar Isaac's Triple Frontier, Ethan Hawke and Dane Hennon's The Kid, Julianne Moore and John Turturro's Gloria Bell, J.K. Simmons' Sebastian Stan's I'm Not Here. Other movies include Babylon, Three Faces, Black Mother, Ferrante Fever, and Starfish. Multiple theaters in Las Vegas.
I've heard of none of those.
Yeah, exactly. And they're showing this. They showed this as one game reporter. It's possible that it might be a standard industry practice. They cite Reddit user Deathling who writes on the Kotaku in Action subreddit. Theaters release new lineups on Thursday for the next week. There might be exceptions, but that appears to be the general business practice. I would imagine it allows them to gauge popularity and adjust their lineup to fit demands before the weekend. And we're going to prove that wrong in just a minute. Without promising and then canceling a showtime that just isn't getting enough interest. Certain foreign films or blockbusters on opening weekend are guaranteed to have some slots, though, so they can put on the schedule. If you look further out, like Friday, March 15th, you'll probably see one or two other random field schedules that aren't Captain Marvel because the second week run, and they're waiting to see if it's popular and how many showings they need to designate to it. And so if you look at March 15th on Fandango, there are a number of other films available for pre-order, including Captain. However, as one game notes, theaters around the world only have Captain Marvel tickets for pre-order between March 7th and March 15th. They indicate theaters in Malaysia and Canada only have Captain Marvel tickets for sale. What do you make of the fact that many theaters only have Captain Marvel ticket sales and no other movie a week before release? Do you think this could be Disney exerting pressure on theaters or just simply standard operating procedures? I am absolutely guaranteeing this is Disney.
That's got to be, because that's theater suicide otherwise.
They're going to make this film a, quote, blockbuster by hook or by crook. And here's the proof. This is Piper's local theater.
This is not Fandango either. This is directly through Cinemark Theaters.
Cinemark Theaters. It's the Huber Heights 16. There are 16 auditoriums in this theater. This is Wednesday. This is this coming Wednesday.
I just want to say, too, that I have ordered tickets ahead of time through the Cinemark site. I have pre-ordered tickets for things, and I have never seen on an opening weekend anything look like that.
So yeah, but like
or look like this. What we're.
I mean, and these are movies that I think How You Train Your Dragon came out this past week, like last weekend. Yeah, so that the Tyler Perry movie, Alita Battle Angel, that's a couple weeks. It's been out a couple weeks now. Lego movie, Fighting with My Family. Greg, just movies, and then jump to Thursday. Captain Marvel. Nothing else. Jump to Friday. Captain Marvel. I mean, and look at these showtimes.
It's all of them.
It's all of them.
It's all the available theaters for that time.
Yeah. Because you got some starting at, like, look at the time. That tells you, all you have to do is look at the times, right? 7 o'clock, 7:15, 7:30, 7:55, 8:15, 8:30, 9:45, 10 p.m., 10:20, 10:40.
So, yeah, they are selling all of the theaters. It's not one of those they're gauging interest.
Mm-hmm.
If they put... If they manage to sell absolutely 0 tickets for a specific showtime, then they can squeeze in another movie, see if anybody will buy that instead.
Yeah.
Because they're not going to show a movie to nobody.
Mm-hmm. No notification squad.
But
did you... I'm going to ask a dumb question. Did you click the bell? I mean, it doesn't bother me because I don't always get the freaking thing anyway. So.
Yeah, Godzilla.
Okay, yeah.
But hold on, I'm bitching about this for a second.
Yeah, I'm going to get to that. Yes. So we got...
But they're making it so people can pre-order tickets for all 16 theaters.
Saturday.
All showtimes.
Saturday, no change.
Captain America.
In fact, let's see. Hold on a second. Sunday, they dropped a couple of showings. I just noticed
This is the week of, Seth.
Yeah. Yeah. This is starting on...
Yeah, it's Monday, and people will kind of plan their weekends ahead of time. So they wanted to sell other movie tickets. Now would definitely be when they should be doing that.
Also, they're showing morning times during the school week.
Yep.
Yep. And then they don't add any other movies until March 14th. And they finally add They finally add 3 more movies. Yeah, I mean, hey, at least they're showing Fate Stay Night, right?
Right. Now they might after the weekend.
I'm gonna keep my eye on it.
I think after the weekend it'll probably be bad.
We'll keep our eye on it. It might change. Things might change.
Especially Thursday. Yeah. By Thursday or Friday, they might change the rest. But as it stands, I've never seen an opening weekend look like that ever for a movie.
And here's another theater that's close by, Piper, that's doing the same thing. Friday.
That's the other nearest one and most popular one in my area.
Saturday.
They're a smaller theater.
Monday. I think, just keeps going on. Tuesday. Let's see, they start dropping, the shows start going down. Because even if they were not, and then on this one, the Tuesday, okay, this is Tuesday. I was hitting the wrong button. On this one, they have the 5 Feet Apart and Wonder Park are debuting, and they don't have Fate Stay Night, so don't go to that one.
Fate Stay Night is only on the 14th at select theaters.
Yeah, so
I'm not a big. I just thought that was interesting, but yeah, But you see, those are other movie premieres that are sharing the premiere day with other movies. Captain Marvel is not. Captain Marvel already has all the fucking theaters and all showtimes up for purchase
until next Thursday.
Yeah, for her entire opening week. And like I said, that will probably change after the first couple days. But they better hope that nobody books. Like, they don't have a person booking a person per showtime. Otherwise, they're going to piss a lot of people off by going, you're the only one that wants to watch this, so we're going to give the theater to somebody else.
Yeah, what did Disney do?
When people are trying to plan their weekend, they can't really keep changing the times.
Yeah, one of my theaters closest to my house still has lots of stuff. Lego 2, How to Train Your Dragon, Captain Marvel are still up for Friday, but that's it. That's the thing. If I
Yeah.
I looked at my local, right? And my local, but mine's AMC. That's who runs my local theater. And they only have like a normal schedule. They have Captain Marvel in 3 auditoriums and 1 3D auditorium. So that's 4 auditoriums total.
I have an AMC theater near me too. It's just not popular.
So,
and I'm gonna assume that they're all,
doing the same thing that mine's doing.
Yeah. I'm trying to look it up. My internet's being slow just in case. But this is Cinemark, not Fandango, whatever the fuck.
Yeah, because Fandango's
you
just
buy
a ticket pre-ordering site, right?
Yeah. I think you can get a lot of different shit there. So this isn't some thing where the Cinemark theaters haven't given Fandango the rest of their showtimes for other movies. This is right now. I can book I can buy a ticket for every single one of those showtimes if I was desperate, which I'm sure some people are going to do. Not gonna lie. And that means that the whole theater is booked for that week. Unless they change it.
Okay. Hold on. Yeah. Okay. Fixing something. Apparently my sound went down again.
Check back Wednesday for full list, but that's...
Like I said, I'll keep my eye on it.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
But I'm not...
By Wednesday, they'll know how many pre-sales they've got.
Yeah.
Since there's going to be the midnight showing. So they'll kind of know how many pre-sales they've got. That way they can tick off different showtimes that just didn't get any pre-orders.
Okay.
But like I said, this is the first time I've booked farther ahead of time before. And this is the first time for an opening weekend that I've only ever seen one movie available for booking.
Yeah. Especially when there's movies already in the theaters.
Yeah.
Right? That's very sketch, because go back to this one, Huber Heights. If you go to Wednesday of this week, you have a full slate. You got, How You Train Your Dragon, Madea. I mean, I don't know how Medea's gonna crush Captain Marvel. I don't care what anybody says. Fucking.
I mean, Madea does have it.
Yeah.
Good fan base, so
a
solid fan base.
Lead a Battle Angel, Lego Movie, Fighting with My Family, Greta. All these movies. That's a full slate. So you're telling me that, especially movies that just came out last week, like How You Train Your Dragon and Tyler Perry's Madea and Alita, which is still a popular movie.
Yeah, it's still making money.
Still making money. Still a popular movie, that you wouldn't put them on the same slate? Just go ahead and put them there?
Or at least give them a couple of times in theaters?
Yeah. I mean, like I said, you wouldn't get them on the slate at all? That makes no sense at all. That makes no sense.
Yeah, this is the weirdest tactic I have ever seen. I've never seen we're not really going to know the rest of our weekend until Wednesday. No, bitch. I have ordered opening night tickets almost a month in advance for shit before. And there have been other movies that they knew were going to be in there. So they only had certain theaters dedicated. Now, they were dedicated.
Yeah.
And there were a lot of them. But this is every theater, every showtime.
And like I said, and, it's like Mata just pointed out. By the way, do I sound better?
Yeah.
So it says...
Yeah, even to me.
Okay, when I look at it, it doesn't seem to be doing the same thing. Yeah, see, that's the thing. Like I said, mine's an AMC theater. So it's... it seems that they're giving you plenty of times to view it. They have three standard and 1 3D, because mine don't have IMAX. But so I think that's a plenty. For if you're thinking that a blockbuster is going to be happening.
Ah, here we go. The AMC type. Now, if I could find their... Here we go, showtimes.
Yeah, but look, okay, Florence, I understand what you're saying. I don't know who that Star Wars girl is. Don't really care. But this is, I have never seen one movie. I can understand if you had like maybe 3 or 4, right? But this is only one movie on the schedule, on the slate. One. So they've cleared their entire slate until they can figure out what's going to be sell and what isn't. I'm just not buying that, you know?
Yeah, AMC has normal.
AMC is normal. It seems AMC is not like buying into.
Yeah, they have even in my area, they've got a lot of Captain Marvel time slots set aside, but they still have other shit, so they know what the hell.
See, that's my point. Like for Thursday, bam. I mean, yeah, Thursday they're showing that, but you know, like I said, for Wednesday, full slate. And like I said, and especially with 2 movies that had just came out this past weekend, right? And then Friday, nothing but.
Oh, yeah, Florence, we already debunked they haven't figured out the schedule thing.
Yeah.
Because if you're selling tickets for every showtime
I will
you
say,
can possibly do, you're going to have to honor them.
Now, I will say this. I will say this.
Until it's dead.
I will say this. There is a chance that if pre-sales are not as good as they think they're going to be, which is a strong possibility, because I know a bunch of people who are trying to get their refunds from Fandango, right, that they could start adding stuff into it later on. You know, like, you know, adding to the slate, if I may say.
Yeah. Yeah, I think what they can do is by Wednesday, if some of these showtimes have not sold any tickets at all, pre-order tickets, then they can give those to other movies. But I have still never seen any theater do it that way.
And also with pre-orders, they can like offer a different time for you. Like if they take a time away, you know, they can always like, you know, just.
Yeah, but if they do that too much because of this, and people planned they're going out to see the movie at this time.
Look, I wanted to come at 10:30 a.m. see this movie. Damn it!
Exactly. I wanted to get the matinee. Yeah, no. If they, because of this tactic right here, if they have to change too many people's tickets, yeah, it's gonna be on. Like everybody's gonna be pissed.
Yeah. But I have this feeling that, okay, and this gets into, let's go ahead and talk about the next thing. Where's it at?
So yeah, Lupin, Star Wars girl is actually somebody that I was kind of referring to when I was talking about all of this. And so I was pointing out exactly why she's wrong.
And here, okay, and here's the latest, one of the latest articles that I was like, okay, what? But rumor: Disney expects Captain Marvel to have $150 million opening weekend, a $450 million domestic haul.
How much did it cost to make that movie? I mean, it couldn't have cost much. Have you seen the?
But here's the thing. Here's the thing about this. For the last like couple of months, especially in the last few weeks, they've been downgrading the number. Originally, they said 180 million.
Yeah.
Then it went down to 140 million, 160 million.
160, then 140.
Then 120, and now then they said, well, we maybe between 75 and 100. And now all of a sudden, well, like I said, this says rumor, but they're expecting $150 million after all the controversy.
Yeah.
But here's let's read it. Let's read it. Disney expects Captain Marvel to have a monster opening weekend with a $150 million opening weekend, and the film to go on to bring a $450 million to domestic box office. Disney projections are up from the most recent projections, which indicate the film could do anywhere from $80 million to $120 million opening weekend. However, they do fit in line with the long-term projection from Box Office Pro. I don't know who that is, which estimated the movie would bring in between 140 to 180 million. To put that number in perspective, Disney expecting Captain Marvel had the 7th highest grossing opening weekend of all their Marvel Studios films. They're expecting Captain Marvel to only have a lower opening weekend box office than Avengers Infinity War, The Avengers, Black Panther, Age of Ultron, Civil War, and Iron Man 3.
So all the good ones.
Except for Iron Man 3.
And Iron Man 3.
I think people got fooled in Iron Man 3, let's be honest.
Wait, hold up. And they're saying that, sorry? They're saying that, they only think those are gonna get more than her?
Yeah. No. Those are, that she'll be the 7th, so the only ones finishing ahead of her are those, is what it's saying. Yeah.
So if they're saying Iron Man 3 she's gonna do worse than Iron Man 3, damn dog.
Yeah.
Harsh.
Let's see. Yeah, I'm kind of trying to read chat a little bit here while I'm looking at this. It seems that they keep increasing the projection range. Yeah, that's the thing. It's becoming a range instead of.
Yeah.
There's thousands of people that normally would have absolutely been there on opening night / weekend that have vocally come out and said not seeing it at all. 150 million ain't happening. I'm agreeing with that. So basically, they listed the upper tier MCU films. So I liked Iron Man 3. The twist is my only thing I hated. I think, I just didn't. I wanted the Mandarin and didn't get the Mandarin. I think that's what really
was that Iron Man 3?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Iron Man 3. Yeah.
And plus they got Extremis all wrong.
Yeah, I had to remember which ones I disliked. Oh, I just got the notification for our own stream.
Oh, nice. That's great. Good job, YouTube. You're doing bang up work there.
I thought Iron Man 3 was boring overall, and the twist just made me go from to fuck you guys.
God, they could have tied it in so well. They could have had a real Mandarin, and then like they could have had the whole rings thing, and one of the rings was like an Infinity Stone. It could have been so good. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It could have been so good. They could have.
I was saying that at the time.
They could have tied
leaving the theater.
Like have this guy actually be a terrorist, and shit happens because he actually controls reality or something. He could have had the Reality Stone, for example.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like at this time on this day, something's gonna blow up, and then something blows up, and then you wouldn't even need Extremis. You know, you wouldn't need the Extremis plot line because that wasn't Extremis. Extremis was supposed to be Tony Stark. It was supposed to be like a thing in him where he was able to control all machines. Not this, makes people blowy uppy super soldiers or something. You know?
Oh my god, yeah. It's just.
As my friend Ace would say.
Yeah.
Yeah, the point of the trailer is to build excitement. Yeah, exactly. That's the like the more I see Captain Marvel trailers, the more depressed I get. It's like, oh, that's something.
Right, nothing is making me go, oh, well, that's kind of cool. Just nothing. It just gets worse and worse, and then all the people involved make it even worse.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get the official pre-screening review where they sound like they're forcing themselves to say nice things, and all they really care about is the fucking cat.
Right? Yeah. The cat is an alien, by the way. If they hadn't already done one of the Infinity Gems in Thor 2, they might have been able to do one in Iron Man 3 with the Mandarin because they knew they used one in Cap and Avengers. Yeah, I mean, they used a Tesseract / I forgot which stone it was this time, but they were definitely were going to use one. But having 4 stones on Earth would have been unlikely. Yeah, that's true, but it would have been better. It would have been a better tie-in and a wrap-up.
Well, technically, the 4 stones, at least, they had them getting there completely different ways.
Yeah.
And it being pretty much the Avengers' fault.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like they were all originally found there. But...
One source indicates Disney will be taking approximately 90% of the box office take. Well, I would think I would hope the studio would be taking most of the take. That That's not uncommon, News reports. An extremely hot first-run movie may start out with a distribution fees up to 90%. In other words, 90% of the fees during time will go back to the studio. However, they add that those fees decrease the longer the film is in theaters due to audience demand to see the film decreasing. They also note an aggregate across all films and all times, 60% is a reasonable estimate. So the studio take. What do you think of these estimates? Do you think Captain Marvel will bring in $150 million over the weekend? All right, how we go? Quick poll in the chat. Quick poll in the chat. If you think Captain Marvel will make over $150 million, press 1. If you think it's going to not make anywhere close to that, press 2. We'll see what happens.
I already like the comment section on the article. Like, sorry, Disney, booking all the theaters just means a lot of people are changing their weekend plans.
Mm-hmm. So we got two.
Oh, the chat's moving faster for you than it is for me. There we go.
Well, I'm watching live chat, so yeah.
I am too.
I don't know. No, I didn't give you that choice, but okay. Okay. The poll is: do you think 1, if you think Captain Marvel will make $150 million this opening weekend? 2, if you don't think it's going to get close. Let's see.
Do remember, though, we did have the act boosting the charity to raise ticket sales, basically.
Yeah.
To help fudge the numbers. Mm-hmm. And now we've got the Cinemark tactic. Might not be a Fandango tactic, but it's a Cinemark tactic.
I've seen every MC movie opening weekend, Friday at the latest, and I'm sitting this one out completely. Yeah, I mean, I know many.
Ditto.
I know many people who they weren't really interested. They were kind of like, I don't know if I really want to care, but I'm going to go see it. To now, they're just like, I don't even care anymore. I don't want to.
I can skip it.
You've got to send a message at some point, right?
Yeah, fuck this. I'm not going to go watch it just because I want to keep with the storyline or just because it's a Marvel.
Yeah.
I'm poor, so I don't want to waste my money. Like, fuck that.
Yeah. But that's only like $50K for the charity. It's not even a dent. That's true. If it's on, those charities, they're not even near like 100,000. You know what I mean?
It's still a boost though.
Mm-hmm. At best, it'll make $100 million more or less. I doubt it'll break even, to be honest. See, that's the thing. When we talk about break even, it's kind of like the same argument they tried to use for Solo. Well, Solo made this amount of money, yeah, but how much money was put into it as far as advertising and all this stuff, right? So, in a sense, Solo they took a couple of characters that I thought would not do well in Solo movies, and that was Doctor Strange and AntMan, and like they made actually interesting Solo movies. So.
Yeah, those were good. So, I don't know if Captain Marvel will even do Ant-Man or Doctor Strange numbers.
So yeah,
because those were good and they were advertised good.
Mm-hmm. Okay, there's one troll, but yeah, I like this. Good luck with that. Seen all the MCU movies. I'll be skipping this trash, and then somebody says, "Oh, come on, you need to get out of your mother's basement ever so often." That's just. Don't worry if it doesn't do well. Disney will just force everyone onto the line to say it did well and censor anyone who dares point out that it didn't. Meanwhile, the shill media will provide cover and write articles about how sexist, racist trolls were trying to review bomb Captain Marvel, repeating its sales figures online. And there's another point that I'm going to make, and I will have to check it out this week, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. They can try since they've stacked the deck, but how many people will see it the only movie playing and just stay home? And like, no.
Yeah.
I like that. No. Surprise face.
Exactly. Doctor Strange was fun. I liked it. Civil War was fun at parts. I was kind of disappointed. Mm-hmm. And Guardians 2 was boring, or not as good as Guardians 1. Mm-hmm. So they should probably stop Guardians movies on a high-ish note. Still, they were still movies that made me want to go see them.
Yeah.
Which is still saying something, especially for the Ant-Man movie.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of the Doctor Strange movie, too. Yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy 2 was...
It was off-kilter.
Seth Seth, you're banned. I'm gonna have to kick you.
Yeah, it's time to. You don't have to ban him. I think you give him a timeout. Just give him a timeout.
I put him in timeout.
And you deleted all his messages.
What?
And all his messages got deleted.
Oh! I didn't know I was going to do that. My bad. Sorry, I just no soilos in here. Especially the I actually liked The Last Jedi until I was like, nope. Sorry, I'm a Star Wars fan, so can't have that.
So yeah, if you're, what did I miss? Seth, since his comments got deleted, he said that he liked Solo and The Last Jedi until certain thing
happened in it.
And so Piper said she was going to ban him. And I said, don't ban him, just give him a timeout. And when she did it, she deleted all of his comments.
Well, I didn't manually delete his comments.
I know. It's an automatic thing, yeah.
Yeah, so I've never put anybody in timeout.
What's the 300 seconds that are up? You can come.
you can come back and not talk about Star Wars.
But the point I was making, about the point about Solo was that it was nowhere near its projections, and it was a bomb.
Yeah.
So
well, it didn't even really pay for itself, but everybody just quoted its. Civil War would have been way better if it stuck to the comics. Mm-hmm. Like if it tried to stick to the comics at least a little bit. God damn.
Yeah, he's coming back. It was done as a joke. I think can we undo it? Let me see if I can undo it.
300 seconds isn't that long.
Let's see if I'll try to bring him back. Let's see if I can undo it.
Well, I'm afraid that I'm gonna redo it and it's gonna start the time over.
No, yeah. Let's see. I'm looking. Go to channel, report, remove. I think if I remove him, it would actually remove him.
Yeah, don't just let him do his time.
All right, you got to spend your time in the gulag. See?
Yeah. Anything is. Yeah.
Why does it say 5 minutes? I guess that's 300 seconds. I don't know. Let's see.
Why doesn't it say 5 minutes? Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah, let me see.
If it didn't say seconds.
Yeah. It's like you're a stop for 300 seconds. Let's see.
After
300 seconds is 5 minutes. So yeah.
After Force Awakens, which is a movie that I got kind of excited for and pre-ordered tickets for, and guess what? There was other movies I could pre-order tickets for at the same time, and that was way ahead of time. But
Solo is a good heist movie, not a good Star Wars movie, I guess. It's like one of those, and also it didn't help that Solo is your last hope. You're pretty much done at that point. Female.
What is it? Oh yeah, so I got excited and went out because I was like, I don't care how bad. I'm gonna watch every Star Wars movie in theater because I like Star Wars, so I'll give it a try. And then I made it through the prequels. I was like, I'll still give it a try. And then I watched Force Awakens, and while leaving the theater, I'm not going for Star Wars movies in theater.
It's like, I'm done now.
Yeah, I'm like, nope, I'm done. Not watching any more Star Wars movies in theater.
Oh my god.
Oh, wait till it's cheap.
The Doctor, you are so right. I like how Man of Steel was a great Hyperion movie and a fucking terrible Superman movie. That's holy shit. That nails everything that I've ever thought about, like Man of Steel. It basically is a Hyperion movie. I don't know if you know do you know who Hyperion is, Piper? Squadron Supreme.
What?
Squadron Supreme. He was basically an analog to Superman in Squadron Supreme. But basically,
look it up in case I recognize anything.
Essentially,
that's all.
The Squadron Supreme storyline was basically if basically their version of the Justice League, but they became totalitarian. Yeah.
No, I do not think I followed.
And yeah, he's Superman, but an asshole. Pretty much. Pretty much how Superman was in Man of Steel,
Yeah. Okay.
We still have a meme that even today the boys do. How Jonathan Kent didn't want to be saved. We joke with Clark, my invincible son, do not save my life, even though you are perfectly capable of doing so.
Yeah. Squadron. Okay. Yeah. Yep. Squadron Supreme is just something I managed to pass by me.
That was a good run. There was also a run called. There was a thing for Marvel. I don't know if it was Max Supreme Power. And basically it told like an origin story. It was a very similar origin story, how it started, but then it goes exactly how you would think a baby alien from outer space arriving on Earth would go. Like, parents, they find him the rocket ship and they, say, okay, we'll take care of him. Nobody has to know. And then all of a sudden the government shows up and takes the baby away.
Now that sounds way more likely.
Yeah, it was a Max series. It was actually really good. And they basically raised him to hate commies, which I don't have a problem with. I think that's a good thing. But but if you get a chance, yeah, check them out.
Well, if you want
a good story, pick up the original Squadron Supreme.
Okay, that's what I was gonna ask.
Yeah, but if you want a good supplemental story to that, then get Supreme Power.
Okay.
Yeah, because J. Michael Straczynski wrote that, so and he was a good writer.
Shit, my phone wasn't muted. My bad.
It's okay. Okay, let's see what other dumb Captain Marvel stuff we have on pace here. Oh yeah, here's a gun. Disney won't sell Dumbo tickets until after Captain Marvel's opening weekend. Here's what I was going to tell you earlier, Piper, and I'm glad I saved it until now. Like I said,
yeah, the Dumbo tickets.
Yeah. When I was a kid, I loved Dumbo. The movie. I loved it. Right? Yeah, there was parts that made you cry because they took him away from his mama and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then he got drunk, and that was funny and scary. Holy shit! That'll give you nightmares. The whole pink, the whole pink elephants on parade thing.
Man, I remember I did not understand that for nothing. I didn't understand why that was even in the movie.
Yeah. Oh, hold on! I gotta see something. Seth's back.
Yeah, he came back a bit ago. Said movies are better when borrowed for free from the library.
Yeah.
Yep.
And as I said before about TLJ, until Holdo's attitude. So basically, the beginning of the movie.
Then why would you even put "I liked it"?
Except for
everything. Just been like, no, it was terrible.
I liked it except for everything.
Yeah, except for everything that happened.
The title sequence was exactly what I expected.
There we go. I like the title sequence. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, I agree. I don't like live action Disney.
Yeah, not digging it.
Like I said, but when I first heard, this is literally how I was. I said, "Oh, Dumbo." Yes! And then I said, Tim Burton, no!
Oh, God! So basically, Disney was like, hey, that creepy part, the pink elephants that made kids cry? Mm-hmm. Let's make the whole movie like that.
Oh yeah, the little mouse that basically taught him right from wrong and helped him out and all that stuff. We're going to replace him with 2 kids because people they can't associate with a mouse, but a flying elephant is okay.
Yeah, and kids are really good at moral decision making.
Mm-hmm. But but it's just funny to me, like I said, that's why I'm bringing this up. It's just like, Are they? It's expected to hit. Yeah. This is literally a studio doing everything in their power to make a blockbuster happen.
Like forcing it, goddamn. Honestly, with the more bullshit they do like this, the more I never sit here and like hope things will fail because it doesn't affect me in the slightest. Mm-hmm. Really, but the more I'm like fingers crossed, man, I kind of hope this goes down in flames because it's going to be way funnier when it does.
Yeah. Yeah. And like I said, I mean, the whole thing, like them predicting $150 million for the opening weekend, I was like, whoa, they thought, okay, we got rid of the negative audience, predictor. So now we're predicting that it's going to go back up because all the bad thoughts are gone.
Right? They essentially went, wow, a lot of people have no intention of watching this movie. Let's make sure they have nothing else to watch that weekend. And
I'm starting to get to the point
to spend money on that weekend. And
because some people are doing
numbers back up there.
There's some people doing the Alita Battle Angel challenge. Like, yeah, they're basically saying go see Alita instead. Mm-hmm. I'm saying this: just stay home.
Right?
Watch a movie at home or play a video game or something
Netflix
that would be
and
more
chill,
enjoyable.
you guys.
Yeah. Don't even cancel your Netflix subscription and just watch something else. I'm sorry, I'm still mad at the. I'm still mad that Netflix gave the Obamas like millions of dollars.
That's right.
I don't have Netflix anymore. Amazon Prime is enough for me right now. So
I don't know why I still have Netflix when I have, and I like Hulu and I use it more. Mm-hmm. Netflix just has a couple of things on it still that I haven't watched. Mm-hmm. That's holding me up from.
Well, see, I used to watch like the only thing I when I was playing video games, especially like an MMO or something like that, I would put like Justice League on, on my tablet.
Nice.
And but then they took that off. I was like, well, there's no need for me to have this anymore. So, and because I could, like, if I wanted to, I mean, yeah, this you could get DC Unlimited, or I could just shoot myself.
Right.
So, I mean, honestly, what I could do is right now I'm just watching like a lot of Deep Space Nine when I'm doing other things.
Nice.
So if I ever want to finish watching Justice League, I just go buy it. You know what I mean?
Right. Oh, I know what it is. It's because I let other people use my subscription, and I was like, well, I barely use Netflix. I use more in the internet.
Yeah.
Like, so I don't know why I'm paying for Netflix, but I'm not paying for Hulu at the same time. It's a trade.
Yeah.
So the person that pays for Hulu is like, no, we still have to watch the rest of Daredevil and Iron Fist and Punisher and something else, I think, before you can do that. And I'm like, oh,
all right,
man.
Look, guys, just go find a fucking. Tell your friends, go find a fucking torrent site, download that shit, and watch it.
Yeah.
Like, there's no porn on Netflix, Piper.
I know, right? It's useless to me. I already know. I was already informed of the plot lines of the last those shows and wanted to get rid of Netflix then. But see, you get paid. Yeah.
See if you can get a paid Pornhub.
Well, no, I got
free trade.
The trade is. And somebody else is paying for Hulu, and then I have access to their Hulu. They have access to my Netflix. So I would have to pay for something else.
How about
that they will accept?
How about they just pay for Netflix?
Yeah, but then I have to pay for Hulu.
But you're only paying for Hulu then. You get what I'm saying? You don't have to pay for Netflix. You just pay for Hulu. I mean, if they want it so bad, let them pay for it, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's time to put
I honestly, I gave up on those shows when Netflix did. So
yeah, that's my thing. It's like at this point, I really care. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it got to the point where those shows were pretty much the only reason Netflix was getting my money, and then they decided fuck those shows, and it shows in quality, and the fact that they ditched him completely after that. But
oh yeah,
it's Daredevil 3, and then I don't know, some other shit. I know there's an Iron Fist. I'm not looking forward to watching.
Mm-hmm.
Torrenting will. Yeah, I don't torrent shit personally.
Well, let's see. Here's a smart thing. You get somebody else to torrent it, and they find the good shit for you, and then you get them to send it to you. That's how I would do it.
I just don't want computer aids, but
that's how I would do it. Theoretically.
What I've been doing is just finding places that'll stream it for free until they get shut down. And when they do, I go find a new place.
Theoretically.
Not downloading anything.
Theoretically. I'm saying theoretically because we don't actually do any of these things or condone it in any way, shape, or form.
Oh, yeah. You wouldn't download a car, would you?
No, you wouldn't download a car.
Yeah, I totally would.
If I could, I would definitely.
Yeah, if that was possible, I'm sorry. Everybody would be downloading fucking cars illegally.
Fuck yes, man. I mean, 3D printing gets good enough. Watch people be fucking downloading these fucking cars.
Right? Check out my bootleg Lamborghini.
Got a bootleg Lamborghini. It's only got a 4-cylinder Honda engine in it, but hey, it gets me down the road.
But it looks fucking sweet.
Oh man.
Blue World stuff that's coming soon. Make your
Netflix sub worth it again. There's nothing. Like I said, mine wasn't even about like the Disney stuff. It was the fact that they gave the Obamas money, and I was out.
Yeah, fuck Disney Plus.
For me,
God damn it, Disney.
Like I said, I don't like what Disney was doing, and I don't want Disney Plus. Don't give a shit about it. But like I said, they gave the Obamas money, and I was done.
Yeah, and honestly, if Netflix does something like super duper awesome or something, then I can always renew.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not going to.
Although I won't be grandfathered in anymore.
I mean, if they suddenly say something like Godzilla the series, I'm like, okay.
I will suck it up.
Mm-hmm. Because that was I'll get to this in a minute because I wanted to go over.
No, wait a minute, because why did they give money to the Obamas?
They wanted them to do. They're gonna do some kind of like big thing, some kind of documentary series or something. I don't know. All I know is like apparently one of their old somebody who used to be on.
Somebody that works basically Netflix used to work for the Obamas, right?
Yeah, they sit on their board now or something like that. So.
Yeah, that was already kind of eh.
Yeah.
But I also don't have to watch that documentary.
That's true. But yeah. But like I said, just the fact that they did it, I'm just like, nope.
Yeah.
That last Godzilla was not really a Godzilla Netflix series though. That was more of a Japanese series that they adapted over here. And I agree. Honestly, that situation, the lore behind Godzilla Monster Planet was better than the actual series. But yeah, I get what you're saying.
You mean the Netflix thing that was like broken into 3 parts, that animated thingy?
Yeah, it wasn't it was exclusive for Netflix here, but it was like in Japan it was not. It was, they were going to do the series. They were going to do an anime anyway, and Netflix just paid for it.
Okay.
Paid to run it.
Wait, so Japan got a different version?
No, they got the same version. I'm not saying
that. They got the same exact. Okay, so they got the same exact show.
Yeah. I'm just saying, Godzilla doesn't really work too well in animation.
That entire animation style doesn't work too well in animation. I hate that shit. I wish everybody would knock it the fuck off, especially Netflix.
I'll be honest with you. If they just did a fucking series like they did, like that was Toho did years ago, a little series, like a little 5-10 minute series where they took Godzilla toys and stuff and made a little series. I think it was like Monster Island Pals or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it just made a whole thing, and it was pretty popular. I mean, so I was like, honestly, if all they did was like take like suits from like the ones they used like in the '60s and stuff, and make Godzilla a TV show like that'd be great. You make it like a Sentai show, but with Godzilla. Which Godzilla was in a Sentai version on back in the 70s. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah, he was in a few episodes. It was great.
Nice.
He comes out of a cave that has doors on it.
Wow.
It was amazing. And the best part was, you know how like most of the time we watch a Godzilla movie, you know, he's rumbling, he's plotting, he's getting there, you know, kind of, you know, slow and menacing.
Yeah. I
need to show you a clip of this, Piper. My man is booking. He is straight up running like.
So wait, did the cave have doors on it, and that's his house? Like,
yes,
doors there.
The doors open up and he comes out. It's great.
I don't want no Girl Scout cookies. Fuck off.
Like the
what the fuck? How did he do the door? I mean, I know he doesn't have T-Rex arms, but he pretty much has kind of T-Rex arms.
Yeah.
Kind of. A little bit.
Well, he's got kind of, they're still pretty long, though. They're pretty, you know. We're not talking about.
True. Well, especially it depends on which, like,
yeah, we're not talking
designed
about,
him.
What you call it? God, I can't think of the word I'm using. Yeah, we're not talking about, like, Shin Godzilla, where he had little, you know, tiny arms.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, we're talking about the arms while he could like actually wrestle, you know. Let's see. Let's see. Godzilla in a next wave style devil dinosaur role would be great. Yeah, that's a good idea. But yeah, this is why I've been on record to say, and Mata, you know, you said something about Godzilla. This is why I've been on record to say Godzilla King of the Monsters will be the superhero movie of the summer, and fuck everything else.
Right?
Godzilla is the hero.
I'm sorry, but all this bullshit around this Captain Marvel is gonna affect Endgame.
Oh yeah.
People that might have been kind of excited for Endgame after, you know, the Infinity War or whatever. Mm-hmm. This is going to damper them on Marvel in general. They're going to be like, fuck it. I don't care anymore. Not worth it. Somebody will tell me how it ends.
I think Endgame will still be, you know, popular because people are waiting they want to see what happened after Infinity War.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's what it is. I think it's going to do better than Captain Marvel. That's for goddamn sure.
Now, the one thing
but I don't think it's going to do as good as it could.
Now, I don't know, but you guys have probably heard, you know, the possibility that there were two versions filmed of Endgame. There's like one where Captain Marvel has a more prominent role and one where she doesn't. And it's all depending on how the box office does for Captain Marvel. I don't know about all that, but, you know, I did read some spoilers. And all I can say is when the Russos, who know what they're doing with the MCU, straight up, when they first didn't want Brie Larson in the movie, they didn't want Captain Marvel in the movie at all. The fact that they're doing two endings just in case Captain Marvel doesn't do well so they can have an ending people would appreciate. And also the fact, and like I said, this is just rumor, but I'm almost positive it's true because the Russos had confirmed that they would have to depower Captain Marvel in that they, you know, in the rumors that I read, they fucking depower Captain Marvel in the first like 20 minutes. It's like, I was excited, but now that Captain Marvel is going to marry Sue Thanos, I've lost interest.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hopefully there really is two versions of Endgame that depend on how well Captain Marvel does.
Like I said, depending the link that I saw, it looks like they're going. I'm hoping that's the one they go with, and that's the one that I saw that it will not be her focus, right? It will focus on another captain, and there's only two that you know of, so take that for what it's worth. You get what I'm saying when I say the other captain, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. Broke my spoon. Don't worry, it was a plastic spoon, so it's not like He's going to lose collective groan and give up on the MCU. I want Rogue to show up and depower Captain Marvel. I do too.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you look at like I was watching Comic Girl 19 the other night, and she was talking about that, and she made a excellent point that Captain Marvel has always been C-list at best, and her best storyline is when Rogue took her powers away and she was in a coma.
Yeah.
And also on top of that, she doesn't think she doesn't think anybody at Marvel told Brie Larson that Captain Marvel's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Of course, Marvel has been trying to push this since 2012 that she is a big deal. But nobody cares.
Redoing her thing like 8,000 times.
Yeah, what? 8 reboots in the span of like 6 years?
Yeah.
So, and apparently another number one coming out.
Trying to make Captain Marvel happen.
Yeah,
Captain
exactly.
Marvel's not going to happen.
The Endgame got moved up solely because they don't want CM to have a TLJ effect on the Endgame like TLJ did on Solo. They started trying to keep them close together so it doesn't like have that much of an impact. Honestly, it's like one of those things. It'd have been better off if they didn't do this movie at all. Like with Captain Marvel. If they're going to introduce her in Endgame and let that be her introduction, right? That's what they did with Black Panther. They introduced him in Civil War and it worked, right?
Yeah.
And then he got his own solo movie and it worked. But no, they're doing the exact opposite for some reason. And like I said, if I'm reading if what they say is true in some of the leaks that I said, that some people didn't even want Captain Marvel on the slate, and Disney demanded that Captain Marvel be in Infinity War, and the Russos didn't want her in the movie at all, in either movie, in either Infinity War or Endgame, and so they compromised that they would put her in Endgame. But it sounds like the Russos wanted nothing to do with Captain Marvel, which I don't blame them.
They've already got so many people they're working with, so many characters already.
Yeah. They already have like a full slate of Avengers and, other characters attached to that and stuff like that. So there was no need for all that, for her to be thrust into it. I mean, if they did
really did not need to add another hero in there.
Even after the snap, there's still enough to take on Thanos. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So, I don't know.
If they really wanted to slip another one in there, they should have slipped in somebody that's already like related to some of the characters they're using.
Yeah.
That isn't just out of the C-listers. Yeah, out of the C-listers out of thin air.
Or how about this? Those those TV shows that we were just talking about? Punisher, Daredevil, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, Jessica Jones.
Right?
They're right there. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. right there.
Yeah.
Hell, you could somehow tie the fucking what was that one they came out with that was like that bombed severely. The Inhumans, right?
Oh yeah.
That could be the Inhumans redemption arc. They like come back and help save the universe, and now everybody loves them instead of whatever the fuck you did in that movie and in that TV show. Let's see.
Honestly, they could just have the Defenders be just enough bullshit to pump up their numbers. Bring in the Defenders.
Yeah, if the Russos have her show up, get her ass handed to her, and be KO'd for 90% of the movie like they do with young adult heroes all the time, I'd be okay with it. Like I said, I don't want to say too much, but according to the rumors, if that's the version that they go with, if there really are two versions, but the one I saw, if that's the one they go with, is pretty much the depowering is because she gets the shit kicked out of her. What's with this casting Sophie Turner is almost worse as Jean Grey as Brie Larson as Captain Marvel. And then not even that. It's like, how about like what's her name, Jennifer Lawrence playing Mystique, and now she doesn't even look like Mystique.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
That was disappointing as fuck.
Yeah, looking at that makeup job, I'm like, what the? And I heard like rumors that they said she hated the makeup, so she would intentionally show up late, so they would have to like just splash it on essentially, so they couldn't get too much of a detailed makeup job on it.
That's when you need to fucking fire somebody, man.
Yeah, it's Nerf or nothing. Okay, I'll stop with the Nerf jokes. I mean, yeah. But the thing is like they had to. I mean, it's almost like. If there sounds like the Roosters was like, all right, you want Captain Marvel's movie? All right. But you're not gonna like it. They were going to force Fox to give up the Fox rights. Is this the first Disney X-Men? No, this is still Fox. From everything I've read about the Disney situation, once they get it like the full takeover, and all the paperwork signed and everything's like it'll be Disney Fox or whatever they're gonna call it. That I always thought Mystique walking around naked was kind of dumb. Yeah, me too, but didn't mind seeing Rebecca Romijn walking around almost naked though, so that's all right.
Right, I still like the fucking makeup job though.
Yeah, that was a good makeup job. Yeah,
I really liked that. She wasn't just blue.
I won't be happy with Mystique until we get her in a white maxi dress. Yeah, that'd be fine. But anyway, yeah, the whole thing with Disney. Apparently they're going to recast the entirety of the X-Men except for Deadpool, which will still be Ryan Reynolds. Which makes sense because that's the only non-Marvel, directly linked Marvel movie that has made a whole hell of a lot of money. So.
Yeah, I think they learned real quick to just let Ryan Reynolds have that. Let him do that.
Let Ryan Reynolds be Ryan Reynolds, right?
Yeah, just let him do that. Yeah. Don't fuck with it.
So we've already gone in over an hour, and I wanted to get into the whole like comic book shop thing, but I think once again I'm gonna save that till tomorrow.
Yeah, well, once I started looking up those
it became a lot more interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, on this screen I'm looking at right here, I got the Dumbo and Captain Marvel. Is it funny to me that the CGI elephant looks like it has more emotion than the
than the real, yeah,
the real person?
Yeah. Still creepy, but yeah. Both are kind of creepy, but
I'd also love for Josh Brolin to be Thanos and Cable, then wait for the Thanos versus Cable fight. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. I didn't notice Mata. I'm sorry, but yeah, I just kind of noticed that. I was like, wow, look at even in the eyes are more expressive than Bree's.
Yeah, that's a sad little elephant.
And Bree's won an Academy Award somehow.
Oh fuck.
I don't even know what it was for, but I don't really care.
She's only gonna be remembered at this point, for this role, and
killing Marvel.
yeah, that's what she's gonna be remembered for.
Someone with human empathy animated Dumbo's face. Not every actor has that skill. Yeah, for being in it. Yeah. Like I said, I'm sure there'll be something that comes up tomorrow because this is going to be this week is the big push. That's what I was going to say. I forgot and now I remember what I was going to say. One thing that I've noticed about the whole Captain Marvel marketing, I haven't seen anything. I was at Walmart last week and I didn't see anything at Walmart about Captain Marvel. And usually when this comes, you see they, start putting the toys out. There'll be dolls. There'll be something. You know what I mean? Like front in the aisles.
Dude, I know there was a fuck ton of Black Panther stuff everywhere before Black Panther came out.
And I went, I said, okay, I looked in the action figure section. I didn't see none there. I said, okay, maybe I'll go to I said, I had to, go to the little girl section. God forbid there's a girl and a boy section in a department store. I'm sorry. But, as far as the toys go. But went over there, didn't see nothing. So I was like, well, sometimes maybe there's some shirts, because they, sometimes they'll sell shirts in the department, in the clothing department to see if there's, when movies come out and stuff. Nothing. And also, I saw somebody, they had some some shelves of like Captain Marvel stuff, like jackets and things like that in some store, and they were just sitting there. Now, like I said, it could change when the movie comes out. Doubt it. But but yeah, I just like the pre-marketing is non-existent.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think Hasbro would touch
all
this
there really is those scandals and them saying mean shit. Like they were counting on that to sell it.
Well, see, we know that Hasbro's made. We know they made action figures. We've seen the pre stuff from Toy Fair where they show the stuff for the movie. You know, they got Brie Larson with a fucking cat. For God's sake, so they're doing everything in their power to protect this movie. No merch. Then the merch isn't sitting in the clearance bins. In-game quick release, hide the box office. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yep. The key thing will be to notice, Piper, I just thought of this. If they don't do the same thing for Endgame that they're doing for this, even though we know Endgame is going to be huge, right?
Yeah.
If they don't do the same thing, like, you know, like blocking out movie time and all that stuff for Endgame, then we know that this is all a setup to try to make Captain Marvel better than it, you know, the box office better than it actually is.
I was say that Endgame, any new merch anywhere before the movie releases, bam. And yeah, if they don't do this weird freaking opening week bullshit thing.
Yeah. Captain, like that Captain Meow Meow. Those are all the Marvel Legends here. They just did one wave for this and are quickly releasing another X-Men wave. Yeah, but even then, like usually when a movie like that comes out, like Piper said with Black Panther, there's something, right? There's even if they're like not like the Legends series, it's like, you know, cheap action figures as I call them, like the ones that are like $5. You know, they're like little, you know, just barely molded plastic that kind of resemble the character. Something.
Yeah.
All I'm seeing, I go to the thing, and all I see on toy shelves, for God's sake, I saw at my Walmart they actually had Bandai had a toy of Mechagodzilla. I'm talking about the '70s Mechagodzilla on the shelf.
Nice.
And I'm like, that's not even related to the new Godzilla coming out, right? See, that's the difference. It's like some companies, they'll release stuff that they know they can unload it because the new movie's coming out. So it's like, oh, we can unload some of this old crap, you know?
Yeah.
Marvel and Hasbro are not even trying. And like I said, it might change. I might go in there this week and see a ton of shit. But like I said, last week when we were 2 weeks away from the movie releasing, nothing.
Yeah, that stands out as unusual to me. But also the way that they're doing opening week for at least all the Cinemark cinemas, that's weird to me too.
Yeah.
Because that's the theater I go to, and I've gone to opening weekend shit before, and it's never looked like that. They've never done it that way.
Yeah.
Where they can't figure out their schedule until the day before. Yeah, okay.
They're hiding this Marvel Legends wave of figures by releasing another X-Men wave literally a few weeks more in a few more weeks. They normally give each wave 1 quarter before the next. This one, it's a month. Wow. And Doctor, maybe you know, because it seems like you're keeping up with it. Did these Marvel Legends, did they have a Build-A-Fig? Because I saw Ethan got one in one of his fan mail things, and it was a Captain Marvel, and it was definitely a Brie Larson Captain Marvel, but there was no Build-A-Fig. So that's pretty sucky, because usually that's a selling point for the, you know, Marvel Legends is they got a Build-A-Fig with it, you know. You know what a Build-A-Fig is, Piper?
Yeah.
Okay, I was making sure you won't say anything. So
what?
I said you weren't saying anything, so it's like
I haven't bought these action figures. So
well, yeah, I'm just saying that like the selling point for these Marvel, some of these waves is the Build-A-Fig, right?
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
buy these 5 X-Men and you can build a Sentinel.
Yeah.
You know, or you know, something like that. Yeah. Yeah, here you go. I don't know. I don't think so, though. I didn't see one. There's 3 Captain Marvels in this wave, too. Green, cat version, and Mohawk helmet. By the way, the Mohawk helmet is just so stupid. It's like...
If you're going to put on a helmet, just put it all the way the fuck on.
Mm-hmm. Or if you want to do that, just have her hair flowing out the back, you know, and not just on top.
Yeah, don't make it into something weird. Or just have a hole for a ponytail or something. I mean...
Yeah. And always remember...
It seems like the helmet goes out of its way to make the hair a potential hazard.
They never do that. They didn't want to waste any of their good characters in this way by tying them to a way that they have no faith in. Yeah, that's the thing. Because, like I said, usually there would be a Build-A-Fig of some kind. The figure's cold-hearted expression on his face is so lifelike.
And that's true. At least any action figure they make might be dead on, unless it emotes too much.
Mohawk helmet was fine back in the 80s, also when Storm had one. Yeah.
Storm didn't have a Mohawk helmet. She had a Mohawk.
She had a Mohawk, yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
No,
she had a Mohawk.
No, wait, what he's saying, like, Mohawks were in during the 80s, so, you know. So Storm had a Mohawk. In fact, but the thing is, Carol didn't have a Mohawk back then because, you know, she was Miss Marvel and she didn't have a helmet.
Yeah. Well, if she wants a fucking Mohawk, then she needs to just fucking shave her a fucking Mohawk instead of this stupid helmet bullshit.
I like how in the comics for a while they gave her like a kind of a faux hawk.
Oh yeah.
Just stuck it up on top of her head, you know, like. That's what I love. Like, remember for like for a few years they tried to give her like the short hair. You know.
Yeah.
And then
that was bad.
And then they started giving her the long hair again. I'm like, oh, whatever. You know. But there is a Build-A-Fig with this. It's a Kree Sentry that looks like a discount bin signal. Oh, so they could.
Great.
So they did a repaint of Sentry.
Didn't want to waste too much money on it.
Yeah. I don't know. Like I said.
Oh man.
Okay. I think this is it. This is it for tonight because, it gets depressing. Same colors.
Hopefully we don't have to talk. Hopefully we don't have to talk about Captain Marvel again until after it comes out.
Hold on.
What? They didn't even try.
They just sculpted. So wait, hold on. You're telling me that it's purple? The Kree Sentry, you know, the Kree, you know, being, you know, green, usually, you know, I mean, I can, here's the fucking, where's the thing at? Yeah, here. See all these people in the background, you know, green. You're telling me that they just made I'm upset. That's lazy.
That's lazy.
That's lazy as shit, dude. Honestly, but you know what?
It's kind of funny though.
At the same time, I don't blame him. If I'm Hasbro, it's like I ain't putting no money in this shit.
Right?
You know, it's like I can't justify this. Fuck that. Okay. Anyway, throat's getting kind of sore, so I'm gonna call it off for tonight. We appreciate everybody for coming by. Really enjoy talking to you guys as usual. Like I said, guys, it'll get better. I promise. I promise it'll get better. Just reuse Sentinel from X-Men Wave, and they did, and a scope up of a different head. Yeah, and Doctor, if you could send that to me on Twitter, I'd like to see that. If you got a picture of it, that'd be great. Or it will end. Yeah, good night. Yeah, good night, guys. We appreciate it. Like I said, if you can tell people about us, like, trying to get some more subs.
But if you imply that you like the Killing Joke, beware, you'll get in timeout.
We're talking about the movie, not the comic, right?
I mean, The Last Jedi.
The Killing Joke.
The Killing Joke. No, Killing Joke. My brain died because it's fucking the abbreviation for it. I've done that so many times in my head too.
Yeah. I got you. Yeah.
No. The Last Jedi. You will get timeouts.
That's right. The Killing Joke. You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
Right? That's my favorite shit right there. The movie was the first 20 minutes need to get cut off of it, but other than that.
Yeah. But spread around. Tell people to follow us. But I'm going to try. I'm thinking about starting to do some like more like concise like news videos during the day, and then we talk about them at night. Kind of a discussion at night, and then news in the daytime. We'll see how it looks. Okay. Anyway, guys, you'll have a good one, and we'll see you tomorrow.